And in the Impact segment tonight, some new polling is mostly good news for Governor Romney, but President Obama has some bright spots as well. According to a Pew survey just out today among likely voters, Romney now leads Obama 49-45. 3 weeks ago, Pew had the president on top 51-43, so that's quite a turnaround. And it's due to the debate where 66% told Pew they say Mitt Romney won, just 20% believe Mr. Obama prevailed. The Rasmussen Daily tracking poll today has the race tied among likely voters, 48% each. But in the key states of Iowa and Colorado, the president's hanging tough. In Iowa, it's Obama 49, Romney 47. In Colorado, Obama 49, Romney 48. Both are dead heats within the margin of error. Joining us now from Washington, Democratic strategist Marjorie Clifton, in for Juan Williams tonight. And the always perspicacious Mary Catherine Hand. So the Pew number 49-45 surprised me, Mary Catherine. Same with you?
I was a little surprised at how far it moved. I'm not surprised it's moving in Mitt Romney's favor. I mean, this was 70 million people watching, and the guy who showed up, Mitt Romney showed up to do that job that night, was the best he had ever looked, and certainly Obama, the worst he ever looked on a stage with someone else, I would say, when we've seen him in those situations before. People tuned in, those 70 million people, thinking they were going to see a Colts-Packers matchup, and apologies to the Packers, y'all don't deserve that because it was a 3-point loss, but the point being they were surprised, and I think the amount of that surprise worked in favor. I will point out that the Pew survey is probably a little bit more Republican than the electorate is going to end up being, which is something we've had a lot of discussions about during this election season. Right. But I do think some of these numbers should be frightening to them. We've got 49-41 he leads on how to deal with job creation. And
yeah, but you know what's interesting about this, Marjorie, is that, and I said this very early on, the president's support is thin. Even people who back him are hesitant. You know, you got the hardcore left, and they love him, and no matter what he does, it's going to be fine. And then media, same. They love him, whatever he does is going to be fine. But the folks that are really not ideological, even if they like President Obama, they can be persuaded out. They can be persuaded. And that's what happened in that debate, Marjorie.
Well, what happened in the debate was Obama forgot to have a Red Bull before he went on. I mean, it's too bad they didn't have Jon
but the
Stewart
psychology of the people. Look, if I have a bad night here on The Factor, which has never happened, but it could. My people who like me, they're going to come back the next day, and then, you know, the people who, they're not going to go, oh, O'Reilly was awful on Wednesday, and I'm never going to watch him again. Here, from 53 down on the Pew, they just said, you know what? I'm going to go for the other guy. Now, they may change back. It's possible.
Yeah, they'll change back. Because, look, what we're looking at right now, these national polls actually don't really matter at this stage in the game. What really matters are the swing states. And what we know is that overall, Obama
what we know is they're all dead heats, except for Ohio, and that'll be a dead heat next time he comes out.
Exactly. And they're all still within the margin of error. Absolutely. So what we're looking at is a neck-and-neck race, a closer election than we've seen in a very long time. But remember, when the incumbent runs against the challenger, Marjorie, the challenger always wins if it's a dead heat. Always. Because you have a known quantity against an unknown quantity. So unless the president is up in those swing states by 3 or 4, he's toast. Well, we don't know that, and also one debate into the debate.
But that's the only debate. The next one, Marjorie and Mary Catherine, I'm going to direct this to you. Right. The next debate at Hofstra University on Long Island is a quote-unquote town hall. And that's where people get up and say, Mr. President, my cousin Otis, he got laid off, and we don't have a car. What are you going to do? That's the kind of debate it is. It's not, you know, as pointed, and you could bloviate your ears off on those town halls.
But well, yeah, I mean, we might get some genuine answers out of
Mary Catherine, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, what I think, look, I think the president will show up ready to go on these next two debates.
Ready to go where?
Well, I don't know. Well,
where's he going to go? He's got to talk to Otis. Both candidates are going to run wild and say whatever they want.
No, I think you're right, but he's pretty decent in those situations, probably connecting with people.
Yeah, he's good in those situations, but so is Romney.
Yeah, but let me talk a little bit about the depth of his support. When you look at the Politico George Washington University poll that came out today, and this was taken mostly before the debate, when certainly that's going to switch some support to the Republicans, the enthusiasm gap is really big. We're talking double digits on people saying they're extremely likely to vote.
All the polls say that the Romney voters are more motivated than the Obama voters.
Well, and it's moving more in that direction. Post-debate, when they get another one of these results, it's going to be more in that direction.
Well, but there's another interesting phenomenon. According to the CBS New York Times polling, Obama has actually edged out the lead on the economy that Romney had, and that was his strongest point. And so where we go into foreign relations, which is the next topic, Obama has a 10%
I don't know if the president
lead.
is in good shape in there right now after what CBS News reported today.
All
right.
Well,
ladies, I got to go.
actually been
Thanks, ladies. Plenty more ahead as a Factor moves.